pretty consistently the guys that come in say this is the hardest they've ever had to work in the winter. I think that's intentional on our part. And then what you want to see out of that is how do they react, and it's been great. Our guys have been getting after it. They don't even blink. They're just like, whatever you got for me, let's do it. So I would say winter's going great for our guys right now. That's awesome. There's a lot of things in the media talking about these spring games. I do think some of these coaches are a little worried about what they put out in the spring game because. If you think about a team that has 30 new players in spring and now you put that out on a spring contest and kind of see what they can do, a couple of things. Number one, other teams are scouting that. Number two, some players may try to get taken from them. It's kind of what they're seeing. So if we put these guys out, they look too good. Well, then teams are going to notice, and we know what happens with that. So that is interesting to me to see what's happening out there with these cancellation of spring games. But we will have a spring. We're calling it a showcase. We'll practice. We'll scrimmage some in there, but it'll also be some special teams, some 7-on-7. So it'll look more like a practice. But I also think obviously we'll do some 11-on-11 work, and so it'll be a good chance for fans to be able to come out and. See some of the new guys. It's a less amount of players that have any turnover, but also, it will be some turnover. I mean, there's going to be, right? I mean, and I think what ends up happening is teams go through the spring practice, and maybe you'll look at it and say, all right, where's our weakest spot at? Maybe we need to try to go get some help. And I think that's what teams will do. I don't think there's many guys that'll get in the portal in the spring. Just the numbers, most of them got in the spring in the wintertime, so. But there will be some more turnover, but hopefully not as much. And I think, this is something that we're looking at in college football. Are we going to have one portal window as we move forward? Or we're going to sit here with two? And that's kind of a debate right now. In the wintertime, the new facility is going to be incredible for us to be able to use next winter because I think you really just want time with the guys to be able to get their workouts in. Now, I'm sure we're going to continue to play with them mentally because that's what winters are all about. So there'll be days probably next winter when it's very cold and they're anticipating we're going into the indoor and we're going outside. So we're going to have to mess with their minds a little bit. So we'll continue to do that for sure.
Our competition would be a step above of where we were a year ago for sure. So it's simply because you've got a lot of guys coming back that gave you valuable reps. So time will tell on all that for sure. Collectively, you would say in our front six group, our three down guys and our three linebackers, we've got a lot of plays coming back in that entire group, and really, based on that and those guys that are in that mix, and you mentioned Dante and Jake, they are great leaders for us collectively as a team and as a defense. So those guys are a key component of all that, and we're fortunate that we've got a lot of guys coming back in that core. Absolutely. Yep. Based on our current experience and structure, that has helped me a little bit even as we're trying to plan out how we're utilizing everybody in the springtime.
The process of getting back has been awesome. It's a lot of familiar faces. So just looking forward to, we got this new building that's going up and everything. So, we're just looking forward to all of that.
Combination of things, relationships, number one. So the opportunity to come work with him. I also had some familiarity with some of the guys, Coach Hicks and I have worked together, Coach Dawkins. And a lot of guys that I've known are tied to coaches on this staff. So from a relationship standpoint and a staff standpoint, that was very appealing to me. And then, obviously I've been a coordinator mostly at the FCS level. So the opportunity to take a jump and get back into the Power 4 level was something that, I've hoped that opportunity would present itself again. And it just so happened to be with someone that I've known. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about seeing a new way of doing things. This will be my first go-round in this defensive scheme. I've been fortunate through my career to have been around a lot of schemes and pick up a lot of ball and pick and choose. But as a coordinator, you're largely doing what you do and what you know the most. And so whenever you get an opportunity to do something different and get outside of your comfort zone, I think has always been attractive.
So Nippert, the press box side is obviously bigger. I think that part, they built that part up a little bit. But I just remember Nippert being, packed The fans being excited, being loud. I'm looking forward to seeing that again, right? Obviously, we got, some time before we do that. But right now I've had a chance to go out there in Nippert with the guys. The guys are working out in Nippert, working hard. So, so just looking forward from that standpoint.